Welcome back to EP3, a comprehensive user interface for Energy Plus. In this tutorial, we'll be talking about materials and constructions, how to import Energy Plus materials, the difference between SketchUp materials and EP3 constructions, and how to add SketchUp materials to the EP3 constructions list. We are in the same model as before, as the tracing floor plans tutorial. And if we look at our materials in the model, so this dialog box here has a whole bunch of different Energy Plus object types. We can toggle to look at only object types that are in this model, and we can also filter for specific object types. So these will look very similar to the IDF editor. Any objects that show up in this list will look similar to the IDF editor. However, some of them have special characteristics that we will cover in later tutorials. The list you see here, other than zones, which were created when we created the floor plan, this list was created automatically when we opened and created a new file. So there are no materials in this list. We can create them from scratch. We click on any type and then go down to add object. We can create an object here. We can also toggle back and forth with our units. So if you're more familiar with SI units, we could say thermal resistance and call this R20. However, we're often using the same sets of materials for multiple projects. So let's take a look at a text IDF file from another project. And here we have a whole bunch of materials. So I am going to select these materials. Here we go. And I'm just hitting Control C to copy them. And then back in the SketchUp model, I'll hit this button, which is the import dialog box, and I can paste right here and hit paste elements. Materials, lights, people, pretty much anything you see in this list over here, the full extended list, can be pasted in this dialog box. HVAC equipment cannot, but that can be imported a different way. So now if we click anywhere to refresh the list, we'll see we have a whole bunch of materials. If we go to the materials dialog, we have a list of most of the SketchUp materials that are in this list. And these have just the basic default first material in the list as its layers. So you will need to go through and assign layers to each material. The construction adjacency is used by EP3 when it can't figure out the adjacency of a surface using its own algorithm. If there is any doubt, it will go to the construction adjacency. You can also set an adiabatic adjacency here. Infiltration rate is something that is only used when there is a component infiltration object. Component infiltration is something that is specific to EP3. The component infiltration creates a custom infiltration object for each space based on the constructions in that space. So imagine a project where you have some of the surfaces are old construction types and some of them are new construction types. The old surfaces may be quite leaky and the new surfaces might be very, very tight. So instead of trying to figure out exactly what the infiltration is in each space, you can simply draw the boundary between the old construction type and the new construction type and assign a leakage per area for each construction type. And this component infiltration will create those custom infiltration